Hello everyone, today I am going to be showing you how to use the leap to its full potential without wasting it at all. So let's start. So first thing you're going to want to do is know about the risks of using the leap. So the leap feather is very useful if you use it correctly. However, it can result in falling off the bridge from the side. It can result in going a bit too far and just ending up in death or mess ups. So what you're not going to want to do is use the leap where you are going to die. So do not put it at a bad angle. Ideally you would always be wanting to use the leap when you're facing forwards. And then there is one more risk that the leap has other than death. There is a technique called leap cancellation, which is when right after somebody leaps you hit them with a projectile with your sword, something that knocks them back, which cancels their leap. I'll put a clip on the screen if I can find one. It cancels their leap and just is really annoying because you will be thinking that you're going to leap about 10 blocks away. However, you're just going to not move at all and you're going to be cooked. If you're above the void, you're done for. But usually what happens is you're fighting someone and you use the leap, they hit you, and that's basically how you learn, how you first experience leap cancellation. But there is a couple of ways to prevent leap cancellation. First way is by not using the leap in combat. If you are about to die and you are sure that you need to use a leap or you need to get past the person, what I'd recommend is, what are your options? Can you respawn and then kill the player? Will you lose the point or not? If not, what you're going to want to do, if you don't have to use the leap, just die and then respawn, because unless you're doing a KD ratio, you can just come back, get the person and stay with the point. But however, if there is a person, for example, let's say this gap is a person. Let me just wait for his arrow. Okay, this gap is a person. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit them a few times, then you're going to want to jump here, and then you can get back on the bridge right after you hit them. You can get back, you can place blocks, or you can just land on the main island. So I'm going to try and get this guy to come so I can show you a small explanation. So you fight them a few times, you can just try not to die, and then you do that, and yeah, but you have to angle it very good, otherwise you will fall into the void, which is one of the main risks of the leap. You have to have perfect precision. Now we're going away from the bad aspects of the leap and the risks of the leap. The leap, to be used to its full potential, what do you have to do? You have to, first thing, the basics is you always jump before you use the leap. So you jump and then leap, and try to do it while you're sprinting or sprint jumping, because that gives a bit more momentum and you go a bit further. And always, if you're trying to go further, hold the W button. But if you're trying to not, but if you want to go less than the normal leap amount, you hold go back, depending on the console, depending on the device you're playing. So because I'm on computer, I would hold S when using the leap to use it less. Now another thing you're gonna want to do is, if you're just building like this, the leap is pretty useful when you're right after you place the blocks. So if you're just spamming underneath you, just try to place blocks a tiny bit lower, tiny bit faster, and then right after you jump, let me show you right here. Alright, so we have this. Okay, this person quit. We have to now, so for example, I do this, I place 3 blocks, there we go, leap, and then I just come and I score. So that's another way of using the leap. Now, the most risky and dangerous and uncommonly used way of using the leap would be the leap feather clutch, which would be if you fall off and you just use a leap feather and clutch. This is so uncommon because you only use this when you are getting a KD ratio, when you are trying to max your kill death ratio, which is pretty much never, to be honest. Barely anybody does that. So, but if you are, then that would be pretty useful, as it helps you to not die. Or if you just don't want to die because you feel bad. But what I recommend is, if you're trying to win the game and are not going for kill and not dying, is oh, that was bad. Or you could use it to leap there if somebody knocks you off. Is what I recommend is just if the person is not on your half, is on your half of the map, then I recommend you just fall off. Instead of using the leap clutch, you have a level 20. Instead of using a leap clutch, you just fall off and then die, respawn, kill the person, and hopefully that would help you win. But if you're aiming for the KD ratio, like I've said like 5 times, you should probably use that technique. Now there's one more thing. There is one more technique you can use, which is similar to the one I just explained, but instead of clutching on the side of a bridge, you are making completely your own bridge on the side, which rarely happens. But if you do happen to be making your own bridge on the next to the main bridge, you will want to not get hit by an arrow. But if you do, then there's one thing you can do. Instead of clutching, because you need high CPS to clutch, and that could be hard to acquire. So what you're gonna want to do is, as soon as you get hit off by an arrow, you use the leap feather towards the direction, either back on your bridge or to the direction of the island, depending on how close you are. If you are too far or you're unsure, I recommend to just let yourself die, kill the person, come back on the bridge and restart. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye. You might want to check out these other videos that I'll be putting on screen here. Thank you. Goodbye.